Good morning to you all students. Today we are going to learn commerce. I think yesterday's portion you might have studied from accountancy. I have asked you to give some suggestions or ideas or the homework that I have given to you through the group, but no one has responded till now. You can do that one. I have told you daily lessons you have to learn, otherwise it will be a big burden for you to learn everything together. All these online lessons we are not going to teach again even if the school reopens. Okay, daily lessons you have to study and write the question answers and send it through the group in the WhatsApp. Okay students, in commerce we have 28 lessons totally. 3 lessons, the first 3 lessons I have already taught you through audio WhatsApp. So those 3 lessons I am not going to teach you again. I am going to start from 4th lesson, and the 5 lessons from this chapter, from this subject I am going to delete, but not the beginning lessons, that one, the latest lessons. So let it be like that. So we will start from the 4th lesson. That 4th lesson is financial market. Okay, financial market. I think this term is very new for you, because last year only they have started this lesson, financial market. And market, we all know what is financial market, that they will buy and sell finance. In one way it's okay, but it is a little having a little different meaning, financial market. Because we know, first we will learn the two terms in that topic. Financial market, finance, we know the funds that we need to start a business or to construct a building, whatever it is, finance. Then market is a place where we buy and sell things or goods. Okay, so here that ordinary market we buy and sell goods, but here in the financial market they buy and sell the finance or fund, we can say. Who need funds? Individuals may need funds to start a business, or the business firms, those who need to start a new project, they may need funds. And sometimes the government also need funds to provide goods and services for the people at a low cost. So all these funds requirements will be fulfilled by this financial market. So the financial market provide funds to these business firms, to the individuals, and to the government in short term and long term. So as per their requirements, if a business firm need short term loan, short term assistance, they may provide a short term loan. And if a large business or the government, for example, they need a large sum of money, for them they may provide long term funds. Understood? Okay students, that introduction I will explain once again. The individuals may need funds to start a business, and big business firms may need funds to start a big project, or the government may need funds or money to provide goods and services to people at low cost. All these railway example, we can say they provide low ticket in railways. So this financial market provide funds for all these people to carry out their activities. They may provide funds in short term and long term basis. Okay, have you understood the introduction? Before learning this lesson in detail, we should understand something about the Indian financial system. Our Indian financial system is broadly divided into two. One is organized sector, the other is unorganized sector. Again, the first organized sector is again divided into four. the regulators, the financial institutions, financial markets and financial service. Then unorganized sector, it consists of unorganized sector consists of money lenders and indigenous bankers. This money lenders may be the unorganized, it is given no, it is not organized by the government or by any regulatory body. The private people, those who lend money for interest, the individuals, and the indigenous bankers may be the private bankers, that Muthoot and other FinCorp, all these financial institutions will come under this unorganized sector. Okay, girls, Indian financial system is divided into two. First one is the organized sector, the other one is the unorganized sector. It is also one of the answer for one question, 2-mark question. The organized sector and unorganized sectors. Okay, shall we go to the next heading? Meaning and definition of financial market. First we will learn about the meaning of financial market. What we have learned only. So little elaborate way we are going to learn. Financial market. A market wherein financial instruments are traded. What are the financial instruments? Financial claims, financial assets and financial securities. That means the bond or the securities issued by the government or by any government financial institutions, all these will be traded. That place is called financial market. So what is the meaning of financial market? A market wherein financial instruments such as financial claims, assets and securities are traded is known as a financial market. Okay, here we learned that the people, those who have more money or surplus money, will give the money to this financial, they will sell that to the financial market. The financial market get that money and they will provide short-term loan or long-term loan to the government or any people, those who are in need of those funds. So we can say the people, those who give money as suppliers and those who get the money is called the demander. So the money is directed from the supplier to the demander, those who need money. Understood? So these 2 points enough, I think, for the meaning. The first point is a market wherein financial instruments such as financial claims, assets and securities are traded is known as the financial market. Then the second one, financial market is a place where funds directed from supplier who has in excess towards a demander who experiences deficit. Deficit means shortage. Those who have money will they will direct the fund from those who have in excess and to those who experience shortages. Understood? Shall we go to the definition? There is only one definition given by Brigham Young. So he says that the place where people and organizations, so people and organizations, they come together wanting to borrow money are brought together with those having surplus funds. In the meaning I have explained to you now. So wanting to borrow money means the people, those who experiences shortages. And the people, those who are having surplus funds, they are called the suppliers. Okay, all these people come together, that place is called financial market. So according to Brigham Young, the place where people and organizations wanting to borrow money are brought together with those having surplus funds is called a financial market. I think this meaning and definition is clear for you. It is one of the 3 marks question answer. Okay, so it will be easy for you to learn. The next heading is scope of Indian financial market. So what is the scope? What are the areas the financial market covers in India? This is also one of the question answer. So there are 4 points given. So you have to learn that points alone. We cannot write our own points because I have told you already it is a new term. Only that last year they have introduced. Okay. So the first one, as we have learned from the meaning, the financial market provides financial assistance to individuals, agricultural sectors, industrial sectors, service sectors, financial institutions like banks, insurance sectors, provident funds, and the government as a whole. So, to whom they provide financial assistance, that is the first point. Okay, financial market provides financial assistance to individuals, agricultural sectors, industrial sectors, service sectors, financial institutions like banks, insurance sectors, provident funds, and the government as a whole. You can leave one or two place where the here agricultural sector, industrial sector, some you can leave. Okay. The second point, this financial market provide funds to the people, all these individuals and agricultural sectors. For these people, they provide loans and they can get their funds in time. That's the second point. So they provide funds in time. That means whenever they need funds, they provide the same fund. Okay. Then the third point, these sectors, they get short-term and long-term financial assistance. All this we have learnt already. Okay. They get short-term and long-term financial assistance. So when all these individual agricultural sector, industrial sectors, if they get funds in time, either maybe short-term loan or long-term loan, and this will automatically leads to the overall economic development of the country. Understood this 4 point? The first one, to whom they provide financial assistance. Second one, when they provide this financial assistance, then what type of financial assistance they provide. The last one, what is the feedback, what is the result of the financial assistance. Okay, so first point is financial market provides financial assistance to individuals, agricultural sectors, industrial sectors, financial institutions like banks, insurance sectors, provident fund, and the government as a whole. And all these above stated individuals, everybody get their required funds in time. That is very important, in time. And so through this financial market, the above stated people get the short-term and long-term financial assistance. Then at last it will lead to overall economic development of the country. Understood this? The next heading is types of financial market. There are many types in this financial market. They are classified on many bases. Otherwise we will study 5 or 6 kinds, but here on different basis it is classified. The financial market is classified. So the first one is on the basis of type of financial claim. Understood? The first type is classified under the heading on the basis of type of financial claim. What type of financial claim we are using? The first one is debt market. You know debt market, you know. So here debt market is the financial market for trading in debt instruments. debt instruments, what is the opposite of debt? That equity we can say. So the debt market is the financial market for trading in debt instruments. What are the examples of these debt instruments? The government bonds and government securities and corporate debentures. Usually we call the debentures as the debt instrument. Understand? Debentures are bonds. All these are the debt instruments. When they buy and sell this one, that is called debt market. Okay, what are traded in the debt market? Government bonds, government securities, corporate bonds and corporate debentures. So what is the debt market? Debt market is the financial market for trading in debt instruments. What are the examples of debt instruments? Government bonds, government securities, corporate bonds and debentures. Understood? We will learn the next one, second heading. Equity market. Second type is equity market. What is equity market? It is the financial market for trading in equity shares of companies. We know equity capital and preference share capital. You might have studied in commerce in 11th. Okay, so the equity market is the financial market for trading in equity shares of companies. Maybe public companies, may not be the private companies. Understand? What is the equity market? Equity market is the financial market for trading in equity shares of companies. Then the second one, on the basis of maturity of the financial claim. The first one is type of financial claim. Second one, maturity of financial claim. When it will be matured. That is, first one money market, the other one capital market. The first one money market. What is money market? It is on the basis of maturity. So the period only will be important here. So money market is the market for short-term financial claim. Short-term financial claim. Usually the short-term is usually 1 year or less than 1 year. Understand? So the time period may be 1 year or less than 1 year. Then some examples given. Treasury bills, commercial papers, certificates of deposit. All these heading you will study in detail in the money market lesson. The next lesson. Understand? Treasury bill. What is treasury bill? Commercial papers. All these are the certificates or these documents, financial instruments which are issued by the government. Understood? Money market. It is for short-term financial claim. It will be claimed within a year or less than a year. Okay? Then the next one is capital market. What is capital market? Capital market is the market for long-term financial claim. What the term long-term means? More than 1 year. Understand? Capital market is the market for long-term financial claim, and it is the time period will be more than 1 year. What will be the example? Shares and debentures issued by companies, public companies, corporations. Understood? So this on the basis of maturity of financial claim. One is money market and the other is capital market. These two are the next lessons. One lesson is money market and the other is the capital market. So usually they ask one word question, that short-term loan, short-term financial claim is either money market or in capital market. So you should be thorough about this money market and capital market. Money market is the market for short-term financial claim. Capital market is a market for long-term financial claim. And money market is for that claim is usually for 1 year or less than 1 year. That financial, the long-term financial claim is more than a year. And the examples of money markets are treasury bills, commercial papers and certificates of deposits. And capital market, then which type of instruments are issued in capital market? Shares and debentures. Understood, students? The next one, on the basis of time of issue of financial claim. First one is type of financial claim, second one maturity of financial claim, the third one is time of issue of financial claim. When at the time, okay, at the time of issue of financial claim, when they issue the financial claim, whether it is issued for the first time by the companies or the second time, that is the one. Here it is divided into two, primary market and secondary market. If the securities, if the securities are issued for the first time by the companies, that securities are traded in the primary market. Understood? Primary market, that they are involved in the sale of fresh securities. The securities are issued for the first time by the companies. And its secondary market, it is for securities that are already issued. That if when they issue first in the primary market, these securities will be traded in the secondary market. Understood? Primary market, we know they only issue the securities for the first time, and these securities will be traded in the secondary market. That we can say that best example is the stock exchange. Okay, stock exchange only is the that important institution that handle the secondary securities, that securities which are already issued by the primary market. Primary market means what? All the companies, those who issue their securities for the first time. Understood? On the basis of time of issue of financial claim. Time of issue for the first time, the second one is second time. Second time, or they never issue second time, they issue for the first time. So all the securities which are issued for the first time, again if they want to trade, that place is called secondary market, the stock exchange. Understood? Then the fourth point is on the basis of timing of delivery of financial claim. So the timing of delivery, that one time of issue, this one is time of delivery of the financial claim, when they deliver. Here the first one is cash or spot market, the other one forward or future market. So you have to think of the timing of delivery of the financial claim. So in the first cash or spot market, it is a market where the delivery of the financial instrument and the payment of cash occurs immediately. Understood? What occurs? Both the things occurs immediately. First, what are the both two things? Delivery of the financial instrument and payment of cash. If we in the ordinary market, we can say we pay the money and we get an item. That is called cash market, spot market. As usual, what we do? If it is cash, what we do? We pay cash and we get the item. The same way, here also in the financial market also, the delivery of the financial instrument and the payment of cash occurs immediately. So what they do? They delivery and payment occurs at the same time, and the settlement is completed immediately on the spot. That is why it is called spot market. So delivery and the payment is done on the spot. That is why it is called spot market. Understood? Then the second division, forward or future market. The opposite of cash or spot market. Here the delivery of the financial instrument and the payment of cash takes place at a predetermined time frame in future. Not at present or not immediately, but the delivery of the instrument and the payment of cash occurs in future, but not in future means, but it will be on a predetermined date only. They will decide in advance what date it will be occurred. On that date only it will be done. Okay, these two kinds, cash or spot market and forward and future market. Okay, then the last one, on the basis of the organizational structure of the financial market. Under this kind, it is divided into two: exchange traded market and over the counter market, because it is divided on the basis of the organizational structure, how it is organized, whether it is a centralized organization or decentralized organization. The first one is the exchange traded market, that is a centralized organization. There we can say the best example, stock exchange. That means in stock exchange we have some standardized procedures or systems, or their own rules and regulations they have. As per their rules and regulation only they function. That will come under the organizational structure. The other one, or centralized organization also we can say, if at all we need to buy securities, that securities will be bought only from that particular area where the stock exchange is located, it's situated. But the second one is over the counter market. It is a decentralized market. That means not inside the stock exchange, outside the stock exchange we can do this purchase and selling through phone or telex or fax, or through maybe through online system. We can purchase and sell the securities. Here they do not have any such standardized procedures, but they have only customized procedures. Okay, I think you might have understood all these kinds on the base, all the types on the basis of type of financial claim, then maturity of financial claim, time of issue of financial claim, then timing of delivery, then the last one, organizational structure. It is one of the 5-mark question answer. That 5-mark long question, second one, types of financial market. Okay students, shall we go to the next heading, role of financial market. What is the role of financial market in, or we can say in India, what they do, what is its role in the financial market? The first point is savings mobilization. As we learnt already, they obtain funds from the savers or the people, those who have in surplus. The people may be the household individuals. Household individuals means people like us. If we have more money, savings we have in plenty, we can invest in the financial market. So household individuals and business firms or public sector units or government, whoever has surplus funds will be mobilized by this financial market. So it is playing an important role of obtaining funds from the savers. That is its main role. It has to get the fund from the savers, those who are having in plenty. Maybe the people, those are the household individuals or the business firms or the public sector units or government, whoever it is. Okay, that is the first role of financial market, savings mobilization. It obtains funds from the savers or the surplus units such as household individuals, business firms, public sector units or government. That is the very important role played by the financial market. The second point is investment. So first it has mobilized savings. Now it has to invest that savings. So what they do, they make some arrangement of investing the funds that they have collected from the above said people. and where it will invest in the units which are in need of the funds. That is the important role. After collecting all the savings from the people, those who are having in excess, they have to mobilize these funds to the people. That is called investment. So they have to invest this amount to whom they have to invest. The people, those who are in need of these funds. Maybe that those people also may be the business firms, that public sector units or government. Those are having excess, they will give, and those who are in need, they will provide. That is the second role, investment. Understand? They will provide. They have to make some arrangements to provide these funds that they have collected to the units which are in need of the funds. Understood? The second role. The third role is national growth. So how it leads to the national growth? You have to think about the first 2 points. What they do, they are collecting the funds from the people, those who have in excess, and they are investing the same amount in the units which are in need of the same, isn't it? So when these industrial units, industrial sectors, they get surplus funds, they get the funds what they need, and what they do, they are doing in, they need for productive purpose, either for production or for their services. So it is going in without any interruption. They are using the money without any interruption. Since they provide a loan without any interruption for these companies, those who are in need of funds, they could carry on their productive purpose without any disturbance. So when the production increases, automatically this will lead to the economic development of the country, because continuous production, so it will lead to economic growth. Understood? The third role of the financial market is national growth. You have understood? Financial markets provide that uninterrupted funds to the deficit units. So this flow of funds for the productive purposes is made possible. So this will lead to the overall economic development. Understand? The fourth point, entrepreneurship growth. Here the entrepreneurs, you know who are the entrepreneurs? Those who run the business. So because the financial markets, they provide the best service to the entrepreneurs. So this will lead to the development of the entrepreneurial class. Whenever they need, entrepreneurs need funds, financial market provide loans. So automatically it will provide the growth for the entrepreneurs. The whole entrepreneurial class will have a development. Understood? Because they provide uninterrupted flow of funds for the entrepreneurs. They do not have any worry about the funds, whether their production will be interrupted. Without any worries, they could carry on their productive function. That is why it is for their growth also it is contributing, the financial market. Understood? The fourth point. The next point is industrial development. Each point is interrelated. So you have to learn that points clearly, because interrelated only all these points. The first one, savings mobilization. They are collecting the savings from the people, those who have in excess. And the next one, from the collected funds, they are investing in the industries, those who are in need of that funds. So because of these two, the economic development, national growth is is possible, made possible. And national growth is possible at the same time because of the investment the entrepreneurs are enjoying a lot. Then the last one, the industrial development, because this also we can say the development of the third point, national growth, because the uninterrupted flow of funds is accelerating the growth of the country. And if the country's growth is developed, then automatically it will lead to the standard of, that means it will increase the standard of living of the people, and the society's well-being also will be raised. That because of that industrial development, the standard of living of the people and the society's well-being is also developing a lot. Now shall we mark the question answers? From the one word also what we have completed we can mark. Okay. The first one, financial market facilitates business firms to raise funds, to recruit workers, to make more sales, to minimize fund requirement. No, first one, to raise funds. Second one, capital market is a market for. This question they ask very often. Okay, capital market I have taught you already, long-term finance. Then short-term money market. Okay. So long-term finance, capital market. Primary market is also called as new issue market. Okay, primary market, new issue market. Then spot market is a market where the delivery of the financial instrument and payment of cash occurs immediately. Understood? Immediately. Then the last one, how many times a security can be sold in a secondary market? Only one time, two times, three times, multiple times. Multiple times is the answer. First, very short answer. What are the components of organized sectors? It is in page number 24. Turn to page 24. At the top, under the heading organized, 4 points are given: regulators, financial institutions, financial markets, financial services. Mark this one. This is the answer for that question. Okay, the next question. Second question, write a note on financial market. That is also given in the same page 24. Under the heading, meaning and definition of financial market. The first paragraph. A market wherein financial instruments such as financial claims, assets and securities are traded is known as the financial market. Then one more point that is given in the last. A financial market, then you can strike out this. Unlike the other markets, is more of an intangible concept, and basically strike all these things. So you have to read, a financial market refers to a marketplace where buyers and sellers usually participate in an exchange of assets such as equities, bonds, derivatives and currencies. So 2 points given. Understood? First point, this paragraph. The second point is the last paragraph in the same page. Understood? Okay. Next question is, what is equity market? That is given in page number 25. It is under the heading types of financial market. The second point, equity market. Only one point is given. Equity market is the financial market for trading in equity shares of companies. Only one point given. You write that one. Okay. Next one, what is debt market? Okay, that is also given in the same page 25. The previous point, debt market. that full paragraph. Debt market is the financial market for trading in debt instruments. Example, government bonds or securities, corporate debentures or bonds. Okay. Okay. Now the fifth question is, we have not yet learned. So short answer questions we will see. First one, give the meaning and definition of financial market. It is given in page number 24. For meaning, you write the meaning that we have learnt already, this first paragraph. Then for definition, you write side-heading definition and write this definition according to Brigham, that paragraph fully. Understood? We will see the next question. The next question is, differentiate spot market from future market. This one is given in page number 25. For this answer, what is given in the book is not very clear. We have one in a separate guide. So you can learn this one. Differentiate spot market from future market. This you can learn. Okay, this question. Spot market and future market. And you have to write. Okay, this you study. You can that you can stop that video and you have to write it somewhere and you study, or you can study what is given in the textbook also, but this one will be in the proper manner. So they may, but you have to write in points, not like a paragraph what they have given. You have to write the first one, spot market is otherwise called as cash market. Here future market is otherwise called as forward market. So you have to give points 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. Okay. You will see the next question. Next question. Write a note on secondary market. That is given in page number 25. Secondary market. This paragraph you can write fully. Okay. Market. Okay. Next question. Bring up the scope of financial market in India. This is also given in page number 20. This scope of Indian financial market I have explained. When I was explaining, I have written in the notes that 4 points. That 4 points you can learn, otherwise you can mark from here. Okay, all the 4 points are given here itself. Okay, mark it. Okay. Now the long answer questions. The first one, distinguish between issue market and secondary market. We have not yet learned. Okay, we will see tomorrow, the next class. Then the next one, enumerate the different kinds of financial markets. This one is given in page number 25. Types of financial markets, fully you have to learn. First one on the basis of type of financial claim. Second one on the basis of maturity of financial claim. Third one on the basis of time of issue of financial claim. Then all the points given there on the basis of timing of delivery of financial claim, on the basis of the organizational structure of the financial market. It starts from the beginning and till the end. All the points you have to write. Then each point, two headings are there. So each you have to explain at least 1 point or 2 points will be given. You have to write all the points there. Then it is very easy if you listen to my class. Okay? Okay. The next question, discuss the role of financial market. The role of financial market. Okay? In page number 25. It starts from here. Role of financial market. It starts from this 25 page and it continues to 26. All the 5 points. All points you have to write. I have explained you. You have to select one or 2 points from under each heading. Okay. In 5 mark question, you have to write all the 5 points, at least 1 point or 2 points you have to write under each heading. Okay, students, I have marked all the question answers for you, and you have to learn these question answers, and even 1 word, 2 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks you have to learn, and you have to write these question answers sincerely without seeing the book, and just send those papers, take photo and send that one to in the group to me. Then only I could follow up whether you have studied the lessons what I have taught you, and I need that feedback and the question answers from accountancy also. Students, don't hesitate to learn, and you have to learn daily lessons I have told you, otherwise it will be very difficult for you to learn everything together. Okay students, today's portion gets over. Okay, thank you students, bye.